Dyscalculia, a learning disability that tends to be overlooked by regular people, is a major problem. Now, before we get into what dyscalculia actually is, let's see what some people around us think dyscalculia is. Do either of you know what disability dyscalculia is?
I'm pretty sure it's a math learning disability.
Do you think you've ever met anyone with dyscalculia?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, because experts say 5 to 8% of teenagers suffer from this disease. So do you think you just haven't met anyone, or you just haven't known?
I just haven't known probably.
Okay, thank you. So what do you guys think dyscalculia is?
When someone has trouble reading numbers.
I have no idea.
Do you guys think you've ever met anyone with dyscalculia?
No.
I don't think so. I mean, I feel like maybe it's something that like you wouldn't know right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, because experts say 5 to 8% of teenagers suffer from dyscalculia. So do you think that you just didn't know, but you actually met people with the disease?
Yeah, because that's like 10 out of every 200 people, so that's like...
Yeah, people probably think they're just bad
Yeah.
at math, but they actually have dyscalculia.
Okay, thank you.
So our first question we would like to ask you is, have you ever taught anybody with dyscalculia? Like, met anybody?
Yeah, so I guess I can take that question two ways. One is, have I worked with anybody? So in our research, we have, so my lab is broadly interested in trying to span questions on education on one hand and brain science on the other side, and sort of understand how does education change those brains that we're looking at when we measure them, for example, using brain imaging tools like functional MRI. So we put somebody in a scanner and we look at their brain activity. And then also, how do individual differences in those brains predict and help to better understand why some kids go on to struggle or succeed in different areas. And as part of our research, we're doing a number of studies with children and with adults who have math learning difficulties, so dyscalculia, math learning difficulties more broadly. And so we work with those people quite a lot. We have kids and adults that are part of our research. I also teach undergraduate students here at the university. I haven't had a student who has come to me with a diagnosis of dyscalculia, but I know that they're here at the university. So students who are here at the university who have learning difficulties can go to our student services, and the student services will actually provide them with what they call a visa. So it's basically a document that says, look, I'm struggling with this particular subject area. Some people are struggling with physical illness. And we provide them, for example, time and a half on the exam so they can have some extra time. We provide them with some flexibility, various different other things. So I haven't had a student in my undergraduate course who has come to me with one of these visas for specifically math learning difficulties or for dyscalculia, but we've had a lot of people in for our research.
So, next question. How would a student with dyscalculia affect the learning process of the other students?
Yeah, so let's just talk a little bit about what dyscalculia is. So for dyscalculia, it's really difficulties with some of the most fundamental aspects of mathematics. So you might say, you know, hey, I'm bad at math because I'm struggling with geometry or pre-algebra, right? You might say, okay, I'm struggling with these sorts of things, and I'm bad at math. That's not what we mean when we're talking about dyscalculia. When we're talking about dyscalculia, we mean that people are struggling with simple things, like they might count on their fingers to tell you that 5 plus 2 is 7. They might even struggle to tell you that 7 is more than 5. So really basic aspects of math and numbers seem to be where they're struggling. And so for learning, they're going to struggle with all of the other skills that build on top of it. If you're struggling to remember that 3 times 4 is 12, and I give you a problem like 34 times 43 with lots of 3s and 4s in there, it's going to be a lot of work to try and keep track of that, to try and remember it. Even that problem by itself for you guys, for whom 3 times 4 and 4 times 3 is 12, might be fairly easy and automatic. It's still a lot of work to do that problem. Now imagine if on top of that you had difficulties with the next step of even being able to say, hey, you know, 3 times 4 is 12 and 4 times 3 is 12, and remember that. So it starts to impact lots and lots of things, not just at school. It also impacts them in daily life. So if somebody gives you the wrong change, you can sort of pick it out and you can go, oh, okay, well, that's wrong, and ask them to fix it. People with dyscalculia might not notice that. So if they're working, say, in a grocery store, if they're the cashiers, they wouldn't even notice if they gave the wrong change or if they calculated it wrong. So that can be, because they're struggling so much with math, it starts to, even the most basic aspects of math, it starts to impact everything in their daily life.
So most of the people we interviewed got it right on the money. Dyscalculia is a math learning disability. It comes from Latin, dis as in disability, and calcula, translating to calculus.
A veteran working with the Wounded Warrior Project prioritized that you should put others before self.
Now, although many people today don't put others before self, a lot of people are willing to help others. Now, imagine someone asked you for a favor, but you couldn't do it simply because you had dyscalculia. Hey, Jeyden, could you go grab me like 5 jelly beans?
Yeah, sure, man, no problem.
Thanks.
1, 5, 3. Did I say 1? No. 1, 2, 4, 7, 3. Hey, man. I got a great deal for these jelly beans. Here you go. 5 jelly beans.
Jeyden, I don't think this is 5. This is 9.
What do you mean?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 jelly beans.
I made sure I counted 5, and I did not skip any numbers this time.
But there are 9, Jeyden.
Maybe
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I swear I counted correctly. I went to kindergarten. I learned my numbers.
Oh, okay. Thanks for 9 jelly beans, Jeyden.
You're welcome. Enjoy.
Dyscalculia is a math learning disability.
But it's more than just a math learning disability. One of the most common other effects of dyscalculia is impaired working memory. That basically means it's harder to remember basic everyday things that happened pretty recently, like what you ate for breakfast this morning. Now, imagine this got in the way of your everyday life with the math as well. Jeyden,
Yeah, man.
could you go get me some chips from the kitchen?
Man, I'm busy. Come on, man. Just
Yeah,
pause
so
the game.
so am I. I can't pause this. Come on, Jeyden.
Fine, man.
I'm hungry.
Where's the chips again?
You go upstairs, 2 lefts and a right, then another left, and then you go up the stairs.
Okay. Did he say left or right? Which way do I go? Oh, this is the bathroom. Oh, he said spin in circles 3 times. Okay, go this way. Oh. Wait, no, back downstairs. Yeah. Take a right to. Oh, bro, there you are. I found the best I could find.
What'd you do? I said chips.
I followed the directions, but for some reason there's a toilet in the kitchen too.
You got these from the bathroom?
Oh, my
Thanks
bad.
for getting me Twizzlers, Jeyden.
You're welcome, man. Ask yourself this question: how often do you think math actually comes in your daily life?
And many of you may think right off the bat, not that often. But that's really not true. Math is present everywhere around us, all day, every day. Like when you're shopping, the prices, or when you're cooking, the amount of ingredients. Like math is, although there are some like temporary treatments, such as medication, encouragement from family or friends, or even psychotherapy, there's no permanent treatment to dyscalculia. With that being said, that doesn't mean you can't help a friend or a family member with dyscalculia. So next time you see someone struggling with dyscalculia, rather than writing a big F on their paper or just treating them like they're an outcast, try to show them why they're wrong and correct it with them.